Alright, cool. It has been a week since the release of the finale for Daredevil Born Again, and this is my quick review and thoughts. So spoilers will be mentioned, so you have been warned. But before we get into it, I am now off uni for summer break, so there will be constant uploads from now on, so just letting you know. But yeah, so make sure you like and subscribe so you never miss a video. And yeah, let's get into it. So starting off, I think it's safe to say that this finale was the best episode of the whole season, with the full return of the Punisher and Daredevil duo back again, and the return of Karen Page, and the fact that Karen was the one who called up Frank to help Matt was a nice add and reminds us and the audience of how close they were, as they did have like a little bond going on back in season 2 and in the Punisher season 2. But not only that, we also see a full flashback and a full-on reveal that it was in fact Vanessa who had hired Bullseye to kill Foggy, which was crazy, I can't lie, and it was kind of unexpected, as the whole show we were all thinking like, why was Foggy like eliminated? But yeah. And finally, Wilson Fisk finally having complete control of the city and his own vigilante task force, literally causing havoc in the city, and it's just been crazy, I can't lie. And the 8 episodes before this was just a big build-up to the episode, and the fact that this episode was a build-up to the next season is also crazy, because if you haven't seen the post-credit scene, Frank Castle is pretty much free. If you saw, you can see just, I don't know what that security guard would do, but yeah, safe to say Frank Castle is pretty much free. And before that, actually, Daredevil was trying to form his own team to stop Kingpin, which is going to be crazy. I can't lie, it's going to be crazy. Now, many people online and myself are assuming it will be the Defenders, which I think will be a cool way of them, like all of the characters returning. However, there has been a lot of people saying that someone else should be added to that team. And the thing is, I doubt they will add, but if you don't know what I'm like referring to, that person is obviously Spider-Man, which would be such a perfect way of adding Spider-Man to Daredevil, as they are such an iconic like street level Marvel team. But I think due to like the politics between the companies and all that, I doubt they will add Spider-Man with Daredevil like in the TV show. But I think it'll be pretty cool. Although Matt Murdock was in No Way Home, but then again, I'm not sure how the whole like copyright and all that type of politic works. But yeah. But overall though, this finale was really good. But as a season, is it better than the Netflix like seasons? I'll probably have to say no. But Disney did do a good job, as I would argue it's probably their second best like Marvel show that was made by Disney, if that makes sense. Behind Loki, of course. In my opinion, that Loki TV show was absolutely goated. Like, amazing redemption to Loki. But yeah, I will say the previous seasons on Daredevil, even though the last time I watched it was years ago, but from what I can remember, it just had that source. They just had something there, and it just had something about them, which is kind of hard to explain, but I'm sure you understand what I'm trying to say. But yeah, what I mean is, it is a good TV show. I just thought it would be a lot better, in my opinion. I know a lot of people thought it might be like trash, because Disney might not go into like how like dark it was and all that, but I think they did pretty good. But not only that, for example, I'm pretty sure I wasn't the only one that thought this, but I thought Foggy and Karen and Punisher were going to have more like appearances, but instead Foggy became the main story plot point of Matt rethinking his vigilanteing, and the ties to the Wilson Fisk and Vanessa and Bullseye storyline. And Karen was just there at the start for a little bit of grief, and then just dipped out of there. And Frank Castle just gave a motivational talk in the early episode. But to be fair, he did return to save Matt, and even shaved up and got a new trim. And it was just cool to see those two just battling those police officers or the task force. I forgot what it was. But yeah, I'm just saying, I wish they just appeared more, because the way they were promoting the show and the leak photos that were like circling around like the set, like the behind the scenes, I thought they were going to be more involved. But I guess it's cool though, at least they still made an appearance at least. I will also say the disappointment in some of the characters during the show, like, in my opinion, I was disappointed. I feel like a lot of people were, but some people aren't. But like two cool characters they introduced, like, why did they have to kill them off? Like, why did they have to kill off two great characters so quickly? Like, for example, like White Tiger and Muse. They introduced the both of them and cut them off when they like as they were getting interesting. Like White Tiger, I'll be honest, I thought it was gonna be a girl because I watched the old Ultimate Spider-Man show, and I think it was with like Nova and like Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and all that. Yeah, if you know that show, absolutely goated. But in that show, White Tiger was a girl, but they are probably setting that up with the niece, which she will probably grow up and become White Tiger and take up the amulet and like the mantle. But yeah, but I did hear also apparently the actor had like died whilst the show was like still going, like still filming. So I do understand why they had to keep it short. But yeah, R.I.P. though to the actor. But yeah, and with Muse, during the whole talk scene with the therapist, as he was revealing his identity and the whole blood thing, as like it was all getting tense and like interesting, a couple minutes later, gets killed off. Like, I don't know, like, these are my opinions in it, but some of you watching may think differently, but let me know in the comments. But yeah, I just wish certain things were different. I just wish Muse and White Tiger had more like, I don't know how to say this, like, more involvement, should I say. Because I feel like they were only there at the start as like the part-time villain, if you get what I mean, as Kingpin was slowly building up to become the main. But yeah, another thing Disney did good on, in my opinion, was actually showing some darker scenes. Like during the last episode, with the whole Punisher and Daredevil fight being all like gory and bloody, with Frank Castle not caring about killing, absolutely just blowing everyone's heads off while Matt was just trying to knock them out. That was really cool and like pretty nostalgic. And also Wilson Fisk literally crushing and squeezing that commissioner's head off. Like bro, I had forgotten how strong like Wilson Fisk was. But yeah, that was such a crazy like scene. And yeah, but overall though, I do think this like new interpretation or like this new like era of Daredevil is good, and the show is really good. To which I'd give the show like a solid like 7.5. It's not as good as the previous ones, but still I think it was pretty good. But yeah, these are my thoughts on the show. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and make sure to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a great day.